Hello, this is Nancy with Yoga Journey 108, and for today's class we're going to be working on our quads. I'm out here at Colony Farms. Beautiful weather today, nice breeze going. This is the part of the ancestral and unceded territories of the Kwikwetlam Nation, and I am blessed to be able to be here today. So let's go ahead and get started. Get started kneeling. If this works for you, if you can settle into a kind of sweetness on your knees, then please do so. If this is too much, please go ahead and take the more standard form of Sukhasana, whatever you need to settle into the here and now. So if you can, hug the heels toward each other so you can actually set the sit bones right onto the heels. Something that assists, that helps keep this pose is the Mula Bandha, which is the lift through the pubic, from the pelvic floor. If you're used to doing that, you can do that. We'll have another video about bandhas if you're interested in that. And so just come into your breath. Feel the breath, the inhales rise from your lower belly and climb all the way up the throat. Find the breath also coming around the waist as you fill up the whole torso like a glass of water. And exhale to sink in. When we do a lot of sitting, one of the muscles that tends to get foreshortened, not only our hamstrings, but our quads, these nice big muscles on the tops of the thighs, the front of the thighs. And also these little muscles, the hip flexors. So both of these will get a stretch too for today. Let's go ahead and start to do some movement. So let's inhale to rise. Exhale, arms out wide, look up. Exhale, give yourself a nice hug. Inhale, open. Remember which arm was on top. Exhale to close in. Draw the navel up and in. You're curling the spine here. Inhale to open, extend the spine. Exhale, switch arms. Give yourself a hug. Pull the shoulders down. Inhale, open, and exhale, we'll have our hands on our shoulders. Probably done this with me before. We're going to do some Bhastrika breathing, clear out the nadis. We're going to inhale from the left, exhale to the right. And now when you're inhaling and exhaling, make sure you're breathing, you're pulling the breath from the top of the throat rather than shallowly through the nose. This is the nose breath is more like little sniffs, but we want strong. So start nice and slow. You can get faster, but as long as you're getting those that pull of the inhale from the top of the throat. A way to encourage that is to bring the tip of the tongue to where the top teeth meet the gums, just behind the teeth, and then drop the rest of the tongue. So you have a nice big space through your mouth. So you can really feel the pull and the expulsion of the breath at the top of the throat. Almost finished. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, elbows up. Hold the breath. Now slow exhale through the mouth. Exhale is associated with spring, so we want to emphasize that long big, beautiful sigh after our closed up time of winter. Okay, on an inhale, we're gonna come on up to hands and knees. We're gonna inhale the arms up, and as we exhale, we're just gonna lean. Okay, so it's not a camel, it's a lean. So we're starting to wake up the quads already. Press the hips, exhale to lean. Inhale, look up if that feels good. And a camel variation, exhale to lean. So an inhale up. Exhale, lean. We're gonna hold here for 3 and 2, yes. And 1. Inhale to rise. Exhale, let's bring those hands right down. Let's take a couple cat-cows here. Drop the belly on an inhale. Lift the spine on an exhale, push into the hands. Inhale, stretch the front body. Exhale. And we'll come back to neutral. Let's inhale the right leg up. Okay, and find the left arm. So we're in a sunbird, so gather the navel in and up. So we're not gonna cat it, but we don't wanna come into cow either. So let's inhale here, and as we exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale long, exhale in, and here we are coming into a cat, curling the spine, but we're coming from a neutral spine. Okay, we're gonna add on a little bit. Inhale to extend. Exhale, reach around, get the foot. Inhale to kick into the foot. And exhale in the pose. Inhale to reach out. Exhale to crunch in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, reach around. Inhale, kick in. Now we are dropping the belly, because this is the back bend. And exhale in the pose. Inhale for extension. Exhale, curl. Inhale, reach. Exhale, get that quad stretch. Now, the knee's gonna wanna come out to the side. We don't want it to. We want to spiral the thigh so the quad points is parallel to the ground, or points to the ground. All right. Inhale long. Exhale down. Let's take a couple cat-cows here. Inhale, and if you wanna emphasize your cat, you can lift the hips. Just make sure that the navel is leading the lift. And settle. We'll do the other side. Lift up the left leg. So let's make sure we're nice and square here. Gather the belly. Reach out with the right hand. Let's keep our ear close to the right arm here. Make sure our cervical spine is part of our lengthen through the spine. And exhale, curl in. Inhale for reaching. Exhale to curl. Inhale to reach. Exhale, curl in. Okay, adding on our little quad stretch, reach it out. Exhale, reach around, get the foot. Inhale, kick into the hand. Exhale in the pose. Inhale to extend. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, reach. And exhale, get that foot. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale to hold. Inhale to reach out. And exhale in. One more inhale. Bring it around. Oh, hello, wind. Inhale to kick in. And enjoy this exhale. Inhale to reach. And exhale down. Cat-cow. Again, if you want to push into the tops of the feet and get the hips higher, lift with the belly, lift with the navel. Nice little toe crunches. And we'll roll over our feet and come right into downward dog. Exhale everything. Look ahead, step, walk, or float to the top of the mat. We'll inhale a long spine. Exhale to fold, bend the knees. Let's rise on up into our Thunderbolt. Exhale to sweep back. Inhale. Some people call this chair, but it's Thunderbolt. Chair is upright. Exhale to sweep back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink. Now we're trying to keep the hips nice and low as we come on up into our Thunderbolt. Sink the hips, sink the heels. Again, our ears are close to the upper arm, so we're not craning our neck, getting long. Okay, sink the weight into the heels, lift the toes. That feels good. Shift the weight in the toes, lift the heels. Oh, new sensation. Settle the heels, we'll inhale to rise up. Inhale, we're going to push the hips forward. Look up if that feels good. Exhale to lead with the heart as we dive forward. Inhale to lift the heart. Exhale to fold, plant the hands, step back for our first time. And exhale into our chaturanga. Inhale, lift the heart into up dog. Exhale, left to down dog. Inhale, we're going to lift up the right legs, up and back. Exhale, bring it in, lower on the back knee. One inhale is going to bring us up. And the exhale is going to bring us all the way down into our chaturanga. Inhale to lift the heart. Exhale back. Inhale, left leg comes up. Exhale, bring that knee into the chest, lower down on the right knee. Inhale to rise. Exhale to come down. Step it back. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. 3 breaths here. Every inhale, we're reaching the tailbone away from the fingers, and every exhale, we're sinking into our feet and hands. Finish your next exhale, look ahead, step, walk, or float to the top of the mat. Let's keep these knees bent as we inhale up into our Thunderbolt. Exhale to settle the hips. Inhale to rise up, press the hips forward, and exhale to namaste. Inhale to rise. Exhale to swan dive. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale. This time we can float, and if we do float, land with slightly bent elbows and come forward on the toes to get 90 degrees for a chaturanga. 90 degrees with the arms. Inhale. Exhale to down dog. Inhale the right leg up and back. Exhale, bring it forward. We're going to stay here a little bit longer. Inhale to rise. Exhale, we're going to tip. So peel the right hand down toward the ground. Left arm comes up and over. Inhale to lift. Exhale to tip. Inhale to rise. Exhale to tip. And hold here. Maybe we can walk that right hand out away from the hip. Hug the hip in. Make sure the knee and the hip are in the same plane. Okay, feel the stretch from over the top of the left hip, out the fingertips. Inhale to lift. Exhale, hands come down, step it back. Take a vinyasa. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, send it through the hands, lower on the back knee. We're going to inhale to rise. Exhale to peel. So the more that the shoulders and hips are in line with this one, the more of a stretch you're going to be getting through the right side body. Inhale to lift. Exhale, tip to the left. And now notice what the left hip does. The left hip wants to swing out, but we're going to hug it in and keep the hips nice and level. Maybe the left fingers come to the ground and can walk away from the body. Let's inhale to rise up. Exhale, let's plant the hands, step it back, take a vinyasa, or go straight to down dog. If vinyasa is too much right now, and you're like, I just want to get to the quads, that's fine. The vinyasas help keep the body warm. If your body's warm, stay, just go into down dog. Finish this last exhale, look ahead, step, walk, or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, long spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale, let's keep the legs straight this time. Rise all the way up. Exhale to namaste. Okay, let's inhale to rise. Exhale to swan dive. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, plant the hands, step or float. And lower down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale to down dog. Right leg goes up on an inhale. Exhale, it comes through. Let's lower down on the back knee. And we inhale to rise. We're going to add on. Exhale to tip. Inhale to rise. And exhale to twist. Keep the right hand moving. Inhale to lift. Exhale to tip. Inhale to rise. Exhale to open. A big circle with that right arm. As it comes around, it takes the left hand up again. And we come lift. And then side bend to the right. Lift. Exhale to open, and we're going to stop here. So this left hand can come to the outside of the right leg to give us a little bit of a lever. Again, hug the right hip in. Don't let it swing out. Sink the left hip. Okay, if this feels good, pick up the back leg. Get the back foot. Okay, my friends who feel comfortable here, stay right here or here. Okay. We're going to square our body to the front. Okay, and now if this left hand can swing back and get the foot, take that option. Kick into the hands, lift the heart. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale to lower that leg. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands come down. Step it back, take your vinyasa, or go straight to down dog. Next inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, send it through, lower down. Let's inhale to lift. Exhale to tip. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open, keep the left arm going. Inhale to rise. And we'll exhale to tip to the left. Inhale, lift. And big circle with that left arm. As it comes around, it collects the right arm and lifts the heart with us. Exhale, peel that left arm down to come into a side bend. Open out into twist in the next exhale. I think we're doing an extra one on the left side. That's okay, the left side often gets left out. So as we open up, we're gonna stay. Right hand can help us twist a little bit more on the outside of the left knee. Okay, we can stay like this, or we can pick up the back foot, get the back foot. Let's keep our hand on the inner arch, because as we square to the front, then we can bring the right hand to the outer blade. Okay, this is gonna be a lot more comfortable if your weight is resting on the bottom of the thigh and not on the kneecap. Okay, now if this is impossible, this is a good place to use a tie, since you're not going to work these days. You can use a tie or some kind of strap and just hold on. Even a towel would work. And if it feels comfortable, kick in, lift the heart. And let's release that leg. Let's lift up. Exhale, reach forward and down. Step it back. Take a vinyasa or go straight to down dog. Start to enjoy the feeling of the thighs. And when you're ready, we'll inhale the right leg up, stack the hips, and we'll bend the heel toward the glutes. So reach the knee up to the sky. Drop the right shoulder. This is one of the few times where I'm asking you to drop the right shoulder. And now level it out. You notice that it's easier to get the right shoulder or the left shoulder lower than the right one. But now let's come back to neutral. Okay, our next exhale, we're gonna come forward with that knee, bring it to the outside of the right hand, or outside of the right arm. Inhale, sweep it back and open. Heavy with this right foot. Exhale to come forward into a plank. Inhale to sweep it up and open. Last one, exhale, come over here, let's hold for 3. Heel up toward the glute, 2, and 1. Let's step it forward. Inhale here, exhale, come into a hamstring stretch. So inhale into our lunge, feel that on the left thigh. Exhale, stretch it out. As we come into the lunge, we want to settle. We really want to find that hip flexor and the quad stretching. So sink through the left hip, the left side of the pelvis. See if you can feel that. Even if you have to kind of shift a little to the left, find that opening. And we'll lower on that knee, release the foot. We're going to turn the right foot out to the corner and bring both hands on the inside. Start to scoot, 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 and come into angle splits. Okay, what we're looking for is a stretch, again, on the left hip flexor, left thigh. Okay, so let's walk our hands back and make sure our leg is flat on the mat. Our left leg is flat on the mat. Okay, if sitting up straight is a little too much, feel free to just come onto elbows. That's fine. Okay, feel good here? Maybe pick up that back foot. Is it coming straight up to the sky? It might be leaning over to the left side, so let's try to pull it up. Whatever you're doing, just make sure you're trying to find that deliciousness on the left hip flexor. All right, let's tuck the back toe, send the right foot back down by the left, take a Vinyasa. This time left leg comes up. Let's stack the hips. Let's drop the heel toward the bum. Let's keep the knee reaching for the sky. Pull the left toes across the body so you can actually see them under your right armpit. Okay, we can drop that right elbow a lot, so we can't look under the armpit, the right shoulder. And then square it out, find the leveling. All right, we'll do our little pulse. We're gonna roll that leg around, knee comes the outside of the left arm. Comes straight back and up on the inhale, opens at the top of the breath. Exhale to come forward into a 3-legged plank with the knee externally rotated. Inhale up. And exhale, let's hold here for 3. Pull the heel in, 2, and 1. Step it on forward. Bring on through, keep up on that back knee. And we'll exhale into a hamstring stretch. Inhale to come forward. Exhale to extend. We're going to try to keep the rib cage close to the left thigh as we drop the hip and exhale back. Inhale forward. Really sink through the, find it. So even if you kind of sway the hips to get that stretch, then do so. Okay, lower that back knee. Turn the left toes out. Start to come into a angled split so you can enjoy the juiciness on the top of the right thigh this time. Walk the hands in if that feels good. Okay, if you want to pick up that back foot, feel free. But just make sure it's coming straight up. Make sure we're not like winged out to the either side, because we're looking for the stretch. So if lifting the foot doesn't do anything to the stretch, just keep it down. We're looking for the stretch, so even explore, really find it. Move your body around, twist over that left leg. Okay, plant the hands, tuck the back toes. We're gonna send that left foot back. Take a Vinyasa or go straight to down dog. Knees to the wide, toes together. Sit down on the sit bones and relax the chest toward the earth. Feel out how your thighs feel right now. Enjoy the sensations through the legs. And when you're ready, we're going to walk on in, bring the knees together, come on up to knees, come on up to kneeling, and we'll do a couple camels. So hands to the hips, let's press them forward, squeeze the shoulder blades, look up, and come back to neutral. Inhale, press the hips, roll the shoulders back and down. Lift the chin if that feels okay. And exhale. Inhale to come forward in camel. We're trying to keep the hips over the knees or even past the knees. We don't want to lean like we did for our warm-up. We want to get the back bend here this time. Move the stretch up here instead of to the thighs. Okay, if this feels good, you can come into your full camel. Again, shoulder blades are supporting the chest, like hands pushing the chest up to the sky. This feels good. We're going to take our little side camel. So we're going to release the right hand and sweep it around so we can look down at the left toe. And on an exhale, we're going to sweep that arm back. Come back to center. Release the left hand. Sweep. Now this can be done from here. You can still get the same stretch. You can even have a block close to your foot, if that helps. And if looking down doesn't feel so nice for your neck, just get in a more neutral. Neutral position would be the ear close to the left upper arm. And let's sweep it back down. Let's transfer hands to hips if they aren't there. And come on up. Let's release through a little bit of a empty coat sleeves twist. Actually, make it more of a T arm twist. So keep on the inhale, or as we come through the center, get your arms to a T, but then just kind of let them flop. And then take a few shoulder rolls. Release the neck muscles. And we'll hands to the top of the mat, tuck the toes. Let's come on up to our downward dog. Okay, we're going to inhale the right leg straight up and back. And as we exhale, we're going to bring the right knee close to the right arm, left toes close to the left arm. Oh, right toes close to the left arm. And then we're just going to inhale it back up. You thought we were going to the pigeon. Not yet. Exhale, bring it in. Try to get the shin parallel to the top of the mat. Exhale, come in. Inhale up. Last one. Exhale in. And now we are going to set into pigeon. You knew I was going there. So let's bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Roll the shoulder heads back. Open the heart. And as we exhale, we're going to release ourselves over this leg here and sink. Now what's happening with the hips? We want to get the most out of our pigeon. So let's make sure we're rolling the left hip toward the ground. A lot of the sensation is going to be here in the outer right hip. That's fine. We also want to keep our hip flexors in mind as we come on down. Now some of you will be able to kind of walk over to the left or to the right knee, set the chest on the right knee and reach out really strong through the left arm. Sink the left hip. Just nudge the right hip back a little bit. You can use this right hand to kind of push your weight back into the left hip. And breathe. And those who are off to the right, let's come back to center to walk ourselves back up. Square everything up, pick up the back foot. Maybe we reach back with our right hand and get it. Maybe we reach back with our left hand and get it. Now some of you, not me, will be able to reach overhead and get that toe. If you have that ability, go for it, do it. If you've ever had a collarbone injury that didn't heal quite right, that one's a little hard to master. But if you do have the foot, enjoy. If you don't have the foot, you can be here too. Sink into that left hip. Let's release the leg. Let's plant the hands at the top of the mat. Tuck the back toes. Send that right foot up and back. Maybe make some circles in the hip joint. And take your vinyasa. And we'll get ready on the other side. Inhale the left leg straight up and back. Exhale, bring it in. Knee to the left elbow. Try to bring that right foot or left foot as close to the right elbow as you can. Inhale up. Exhale. Whoop. Inhale up. Exhale, set up for pigeon and go ahead and lower down into pigeon. Extend that right leg back. Nice and flat on the top of the thigh. Let's bring the hands to the hips, roll the shoulder heads back, lift the heart. And now all that space we have in the heart, lower it over the shin. Drop the right hip as much as possible. So we want this little guy to get as close to the mat as possible. Roll that in. Okay. And maybe we walk out over toward the left knee. Reach out strong with the right hand at an angle. Take the left hand to help guide our right hip closer to the ground. And breathe. Finish your exhale. Square ourselves up at the top of the mat. Walk ourselves in. Come on up. Get ourselves set up so we can lift that back foot. Maybe flex and point. Make some circles with the ankle. Reach back with the right hand. See if it's no. Reach back with the left hand first. That one's a little bit trickier. Once you got that one, the right one won't be so bad. Yeah, so get the twisted arm first, and then maybe the right hand can play. Kick into the hands to lift the heart. Make sure we're not pulling the foot over toward the left side. Let's make sure it's coming straight up out of the ground. Again, my friends who can come overhead and get that toe, go for it. Now let's lower that foot down. Let's plant the hands, tuck the back toe, send the left foot up and back. Make some circles, bend and straighten, release that hip joint. And then come around and take your vinyasa. As you're ready, we're going to come onto our, we'll go on our bellies first. So roll it on forward into plank, lower all the way down to the ground. We've done a lot of work on our hip flexors. We might as well come into our upward bow. So bend the feet, bend the legs, reach on back there and get them. This may be where you stop today. Beautiful. Stop right here. Maybe you kick in, lift the heart. Maybe you lift the knees off the ground. Maybe you rock and roll a bit. Massage the organs. Pull the knees in toward one another. They don't have to be touching, but they should be hip width apart, not winging out too much. And release, melt into the ground, big Thurber. Melt your collarbones, melt your hips, sway the hips like you're on an air mattress in a beautiful sunny lake. Enjoy the settling after stimulation. And eventually we're going to be coming onto our bums, so however you want to get from prone to supine, then please do it. The standard Vinyasa way is to do the jump through, so if you want to come up to down dog and practice your jump through. And my friends who are really awesome can come into a full handstand and then do the jump through. You can do that. Some of us are just doing the half jump through. If we can get the knees past the wrist, great. Or we can come all the way through onto our bums. Okay, now our quads are nice and warmed up. If it's possible for you to come in from bridge to half hero, you'll know pretty quickly. So half hero is this one. The foot's close to the hips and you're lying down. So we're gonna go from bridge into this. If that transitions too much, don't do it. Just lower down from bridge and come into half hero. Okay. So, but we are going into bridge first. So let's lower on down, hug the knees in, make some circles. Set the feet close to the sit bones, knees up to the sky. Snuggle the shoulder blades under the chest, and we'll scoop the pelvis up to the sky. If you can, interlace the fingers, roll onto the shoulder heads. Let's snuggle the left foot closer to the midline, and we'll reach up with our right foot. Let's kind of point and flex our toes as we pull the hips up even higher. Let's lower it parallel to the ground. Take a breath here, reach. Exhale up. Last breath here, and we're gonna bring that foot. Maybe we grab it with our right hand, and as we lower down, there we are in our Virasana. Okay, if coming all the way down like this is not working for you, then this is fine. Or even here is fine too. Looking for the stretch. Staying with the quad. If you want a little bit more, soften through the rib cage. Pull the tailbone down toward the top of the mat, down toward your left heel. If you'd like, you take that left foot, settle it on the outer right knee, and let it go wide. Let's make sure we keep the right side of the sacrum close to the ground. Okay, the right heel is on the outside, just snuggled up against the outer right hip. And if it feels good, extend the arms overhead. Okay, if your left foot is resting on the knee, go ahead and take it off. And we're gonna lean out a bit to the left so we can free up that right foot. Come back down onto your backs. Circles with the ankles. You can bend and straighten the right leg. Kind of feel out what your body wants to do with that. And we'll get ready to do the other side. So come back to our bridge. And we'll scoop the pelvis up, interlace the fingers, roll under the shoulder head. Please don't look around in this pose. It's not as bad as shoulder stand, but you got a lot of weight on the back of the head that doesn't really like to get twisted under weight. Okay, right foot comes in toward the midline, left one goes up to the sky. Press the hips up higher. Breathe, don't forget to breathe. You can flex and point that foot. Feel the quads working on the right side. Let's reach out parallel. And let's bring it back up. Inhale high, bend the knee. We're gonna curl it back. Maybe we help it with our left hand. And as we lower down, here we are in our hero. Notice how my lower ribs are popping. We're gonna flatten that down by scooting the tailbone down toward that end of the mat there. We're gonna settle the back of the left hip as much as possible. Heel snuggled in close. Left knee is in line with the hip and not winging out. If it's winging out a little bit, that's okay, but have the intention of pulling it in, because that's where you're gonna get the greatest benefit to the quad. Okay, if you feel the freedom, you can set the outer blade of the right foot onto the outside of the left knee. Now if that, and then wing the knee open, so you're getting a little bit on the inner hip joint here. Let's settle the left back of the sacrum closer to the heel, closer to the ground. And if you can reach up overhead, feel free. Okay, now notice when you reach overhead, if the lower ribs start to pop, then let's bring them back down. We want to shift the stretch out of the back bend and into the quad. And we'll release the right leg. And we'll lean to our right to release the left leg. Let's get some ankle circles, maybe shake out the legs a little bit. Just kind of feel out what you want to do with your legs. And then we'll gather the knees into the chest. Make some circles with the knees. If there's a final pose you'd like to do, maybe happy baby, because we've been doing a lot of things that we're hugging into the midline. Yeah, let's go ahead and do happy midline, or happy baby. Get out of the midline for a bit with the legs, maybe sway from side to side, extending one at a time if that feels good. If you extend them both out, let's make sure the sacrum is down. And we are getting ready for Shavasana. So just feel out what your body would like to do. If it would like to take a shoulder stand maybe. And if you're ready to come into Shavasana, choose a Shavasana that's going to allow you to release into the space. Final check-in. And then let's get our Shavasana nice and set up. Feet wide, knees together, lift the hips, set the pelvis, or set the back of the sacrum flat on the ground. It's not going to stay that way when we extend our legs. That's okay. Release the arms alongside the body, snuggle the shoulder blades under the chest. Release the neck muscles, lift the head so that the chin is not jutting to the sky. Soften through the eyes. A few big belly breaths. Fill up, fill up, fill up. Longer exhale than inhale. So really emphasize the appreciation of spring. Elongate that exhale. Last one. Inhale, fill up, fill up, fill up, fill up. Long let go, long release. And then just let the breath be soft. Just enjoy being inhabited by this envelope of air that we share with every other breathing creature on the world. And let it flow out of you again. And for the sake of time, we're not going to stay here very long, but I invite you to really pay attention to the next 6 breaths. You're not pushing, you're not pulling, you're just letting the breath come in and then flow out again. Just commit 5 more breaths. Challenge the monkey mind to just settle. And witness. Last breath here. And now do pull in a nice delicious inhale. Deepening the breath, filling through the center body on the inhale, and the exhale, just imagine that light or energy you just gathered to just sluice out to the toes, sluice out to the fingers, sluice out to the crown of the head, the scalp. Start to move through the fingers and toes as the energy hits those spots. Start to move. As you're ready, you walk the feet in. We'll curl onto the right side. Just gather yourself here. Checking in with this body right here and now. Accepting this body here and now. Because once we accept the reality of our own earth, our own personal slice of earth, then we have that much more practice to be accepting and compassionate and patient with the other aspects of our being. The more settled we are in our own earth, the less likely the winds of life can blow us off our purpose and blow us off who we really are. Let's begin to rise and come into Sukhasana. Again, take a moment to check in. Let's settle our hands on our heart. And let's connect with a sense of gratitude and hold it in the center of our being. Thankful that we have this time to commit to our practice. We have this time to appreciate each and every breath cycle. That we have this body that moves in whatever way it moves. And we could settle ourselves into appreciation. What a beautiful place to settle into. We'll finish with a sound of Om. So let's take a nice big inhale, long slow exhale. Fresh inhale to begin. Exhale by tucking the chin. With gratitude for the spirit of life that flows around us and through us and dwells within us. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing that little journey with me on this spring day. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section down below. If you like this video, please hit the like button, and if you want to see more like this, please hit subscribe. It helps build the channel. And other than that, I hope you are all having a wonderful day, and see you next time. Namaste.